It's just all that you believe in. Future, everything you're dreaming. Don't stop, you can have it all tonight. Sit back, see it from a clear view. Fuck that, they don't gotta tell you just how you gonna live your life. Oh yeah! Rooted in creation, it gave me motivation. Collecting all these things, people and places. When it feels good, you know I gotta chase it right. What's up? Speak up. Often misunderstood. Catch up, bless up. If you tried, then you would get it done now. Right here, right now. Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now.
Glitter on my head, a light on my mind. I got a trip upstate to show 'em what's fine. I know my friend down south, she come me around, she wanna ride. I got too much on my plate, and I go to find. I got a whole lot to say, a lot on my mind. I got my homie on the way to show 'em it's time, we gotta ride.
Took me a long time, put in a word, got it from dirt. Baby, we gon' shine, baby, we gon' shine. It was a long line, I paid my dues, now watch me fly. Mama always told me, yeah, you reaping what you sow. Always had the sauce, I just kept it on the low. Gotta be water, I'm just going with the flow. Let's ride.
Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. I wanna do it right here. Let's go right now. Right here. We'll say it louder. Right now.
GM. Welcome back to Noun O'Clock live at the Noun Square. I'm Robot Fish Girl. We're watching the end of the auction for Noun 1319. This beautiful, the first ever snake that we got yesterday. Currently sitting at 4 minutes left on the auction with 2.41 top bid. We were live on Twitter briefly and then immediately got rugged on Twitter Spaces, but we're still live on the stream. So we'll make do for now, but it is just going to be me for a second until we get some more people up in here. But until that point, yeah, 3 minutes and 40 seconds left on this auction until we get until we see who gets this first ever Nouner snake, and it's a beautiful one. While we're at it, you've also got 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to pick up Nomo Noun number 1319, this beautiful pickle. Sloppy before the breakup. 0.00069 ETH, that's 217 USD. 100% of the proceeds go to the Yellow Collective Treasury, which goes to funding artists on Chain, the Nouniverse, and beyond. Speaking of the Yellow Collective, Collective Noun number 392, that auction is ending in just 4 minutes. 0.014 is the top bid on this shower. So if you want to check this out and join the Yellow Collective, which is a really fun on-chain club, like I said, devoted to funding artists in the Nouniverse and beyond, you can check it out at yellowcollective.xyz. That's yellowcollective.xyz. But in the meantime, we've got 3 minutes left, or a little under 3 minutes left on this this snake. 2.41. I'm surprised it hasn't gone higher yet, but we might see a little bit of a bidding war. Who knows? Brad, are you here?
Yes, I am here.
Fantastic. We're back. It's been an interesting day. I discovered today that there is a secret to being motivated to do things that I find very boring. Which is to have somebody that I find very annoying bet that I can't do it. I've
Gotta
gotten
prove
so much
someone
editing
wrong.
done today. Adderall doesn't work on me. The maximum legal Basement is asking in the chat if Adderall is the answer. No, Adderall doesn't work on me. The maximum legal dosage of Adderall isn't enough to affect me. I have to self-medicate with truly astounding amounts of caffeine on top of, Focalin usually, because Adderall just isn't enough. But no, in this case, yeah, it's just spite. Spite is far better a concentration aid than any medication. Anyway, 1 minute left on this auction. Nounoclock.live, NOMO.WTF, if you want to outbid this 2.41 bid from 0x1FF8. We finally got a snake. Are we looking for anything in particular today? I feel like this has been our white whale for so long.
Yeah, I don't know if CRP was still going for a pirate ship.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been.
Haven't really seen him around for a little bit.
He's been in yellow, but not really anywhere else. Well, we'll see what happens. Less than 30 seconds left. If you're not there already, nounoclock.live or NOMO.WTF. Because we're going to be playing the feud very shortly. It's too late for another bid to come in. Which means in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it is time for Janky FOMO. If you've been here before, you know the drill, but just in case you haven't, you're going to see these nouns flashing by before you. Thumbs up the ones you like, thumbs down the ones you don't. And if we get enough thumbs ups in the first couple seconds or so that aren't obviously botted like these ones, then I will settle the auction, and that's the noun that we're going to get for the next 24 hours. And yeah, like I said, as you can see, we have been getting botted on this.
Yellow record book.
I kind of like that. If the body was a different color, if the body was yellow as well, I might have gone for it. Anyway. I don't know. I don't know what we're looking for. I guess we just settle an aesthetic noun.
Something good.
Something good.
Something good.
That's useful. If anybody is looking for a noun in particular, we are still looking for, I know, an orca head with a French fry accessory.
Oh yeah.
Presumably, if one pops up, oh, this is kind of good. Presumably, if one pops up, fries.eth is gonna settle it though. So I'm not worried about that one. I kind of like that one too.
It's almost Ben. It's like the beginning of his shirt.
Yeah. It's a very moist cake. Yeah, Basement's in the YouTube chat going, something good, super objective. Yeah, we like to keep things objective here. We're looking for something good.
This one is not.
Yeah. So like yeah, this is a fantastic example of what we are not looking for. Um that it's an
Like all
AI
the AI
coin.
tokens.
I'm kind of tempted. That one that I might regret not picking that one up. It's gonna make a really good Nomo though. That the AI coin might be our Nomo for today.
Oh man,
Don't
don't
put
put your scissors in there.
don't
Please
do
don't do that.
this. That's a bad plan. But yeah, I literally spent like 10 hours today just building up a whole like library. I Basement is going. I came here for a break from the meme coin day trader Tony Montana energy. Yeah,
Oh,
me
to the
too.
moon.
I like
It's
this
a
moon.
pretty good moon.
That's a good
The
moon.
moon is evil.
Yeah, why are you saying that with such authority?
It is.
How do you what do you
How can
know
you
that we
prove me?
don't
Can you
know?
prove me?
You, no, I mean yes, actually I can. We've been there. It is
It does have a dark
inert.
side though, so I don't know.
I don't think the dark side of the moon is evil. I think it's a fantastic album. Yeah, like Basement said in the chat, I've had to kind of not be on Warpcast all that much recently, just for the sake of my mental, because it is. Oof.
Oh, I just mute words, and so I don't see any of that stuff.
It's I tried doing that and it didn't work. I go to like specific channels and it's not so bad, but my general feed, like, if I were to mute all of the words that people use, I just wouldn't see any posts.
Like I mute certain words, and like I blocked some of the AI bots, so I don't
Yeah, I
see.
blocked all of them.
So like if someone tags them or they respond, it doesn't show up for me because they're blocked.
Yeah, I've been spending all my time on Blue Sky. It's so nice. It's so nice. I forgot how good having a nuclear block button felt. It's
Oh, we're a little late, but it is a noun day.
oh shit! Gonna open up the big window for that.
Oh, and there, look at that greasy grouper.
That is pretty good. Honestly, both of these are pretty good. Hmm. Oh man. If the
Oh no.
auction noun didn't suck so
Oh
much,
yeah,
I would have gone
the
for
fried
that.
shrimp. The fried shrimp for the nounders is really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's the fried ghost.
A
The
fried ghost
sandcastle's
sounds
pretty good.
terrifying. I'm bummed I missed the Goliath. What was the Goliath?
The Goliath grouper.
Oh, that. I didn't know they were called that.
It's like a type of grouper.
Today I learned. Hey, this is a fish you get in Animal Crossing. I can't look at that leaf accessory is just oh god, these are both awful. And you're from Florida? Yeah, but I didn't like learn what things were called. The only time I ever went fishing was when my dad was trying to teach me to swim faster. Sinner state mentality. What the I mean, you're right, but yeah, the only time I ever went fishing was when my dad was trying to teach me to swim faster. He put fins on my feet and then basically was like, "All right, your dinner tonight is going to be whatever you catch. I'll watch you catch it. You have to catch it with your teeth. If you don't get anything, you just don't get to eat." And I was like, "Okay." I had a weird childhood. But yeah. So I never bothered learning what their names were. I just learned which ones would hurt if I bit them. You don't got
I don't.
none of
There's
them.
something about the that bow that I kind of like.
Yeah, it's that uh, it's nice. Oh, come
I'm
on.
pretty sure we have those cherries already.
I think we do too. That doesn't mean I don't love them. No,
Eh.
I refuse. There will come a day when I voluntarily settle. Okay, how are these?
I like the coffee.
Yeah, there
I
will come
I
a
really
day.
like when the coffee has
The
the black
roasted.
or the disco noggles, so it's the visor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there will come a day when I voluntarily settle a retainer noun. But it is not this day. Oh man, if the nounder noun wasn't so ugly.
Yeah, the capybara's been growing on me.
I really
I
like
kind of
it.
like it. That would be a great like little plushie, just like the capybara as itself.
Yeah.
Not like with the body attached, just like the little guy
Yeah, but and I would also want to move
with
the noggles.
noggles on it.
Yeah. Capybara. That would be fun. Safety taco with a bloody saw.
Yeah, hot saw.
A hot saw sounds that sounds like a euphemism somehow. Both of these are pretty good. I kind of regret
Yeah,
not picking these.
pretty good cherry. The cherry juice colored shirt.
Mm-hmm.
We just had chart
We
bars.
just had good chart bars or else.
Although that is a very bathtub one, the top with a boat and the little rubber duck.
Mm-hmm. The bloody onion.
Bloody onion. Bloody onion's pretty good.
I don't know what we're
With
not
that
looking
shirt
for
color
anything
too.
specific anymore. So now I'm just like, oh. Now I'm just like, waiting
See
for
that?
one to really jump out at me.
Well, that one jumped out at you, but in a bad way.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean positively. I am a
Pizza
fan of
and
this
tacos.
accessory.
The rusty tuba's kind of nice.
A rusty tuba sounds like a euphemism. Listen, after the show we had the other night, I feel like that's just my brain now. I can't it's so hard not to before you ask, yes, that pause was on purpose. I kind of like that steak. By the way, if there is anybody listening on Twitter or YouTube, if you want to join in on this conversation, on Twitter, you're going to want to go to our profile and scroll down a little bit, and you will see this space. It will not show up on our PFP, but oh, these are both pretty good.
Dope mushroom.
The dope mushroom is
The
good,
red
but
eyes. They both have red eyes.
yeah. But you can see two plant nouns. You will see if you scroll down a little bit this space. It is Noun O'Clock number 883 live second try because our first and
Oh,
looks like somebody minted this noun for us. All right, I'm not mad about that. I was considering it. I liked that one. And now it's time for Nomo if it loads. There it is. All right, you're going to see nounoclock.live or nomo.wtf is the place to be. You're going to see all of these nouns arrayed before you. You're going to pick your favorite from among them.
Choose your character.
Spam click it with all your might every 10 seconds. Half of them are eliminated until we're left with just one. That's going to be the Nomo noun of the day. Make sure you've signed in with your wallet and you're on OP or your clicks will not be counted. I'm going to go for the AI coin. I'm sorry, I gotta. It's too good. Once again, make sure you have signed in with your wallet or your clicks will not be counted. Nounoclock.live or NOMO.WTF.
One of the
And we're playing
one of
the
the other
feud.
bidders who settled, they wanted to keep bidding.
Yeah, that's no big deal. I kind of like this one.
The bloody
I
onion,
like the bonsai with the flower. We don't get a lot of good looking flowers, and this
mushrooms,
was decent.
hot coffee.
I wouldn't have settled it myself, I don't think, but I'm not mad that we got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I saved the laughing couch. Oh, Ben died. Oh, no.
Wah, wah,
That's.
wah.
We'll do it live.
All right. Oh, we're gonna lose the moon. When the moon hits your knees and you mispronounce trees sycamore. Anyway. All right. I know what we're getting for the final two.
Robocoin versus Bloody Onion. Who will win?
Ye-
Who will lose? 3, 2, 1, fight!
Like color-wise, these are both good combinations. Like it's all yellow with a dark red, and then this is like all red with a dark yellow.
Robocoin wins. Fatality.
I love it. We got it. I'm not a fan of AI coins unless they're a Nomo noun, in which case, this one gets a special dispensation. If you want to pick up this Nomo noun number 1321, the Robo coin, you can do so for just 0.00069 ETH. That is 218 USD. 100% of the proceeds go to the Yellow Collective Treasury, which goes to funding artists on Chain, the Nouniverse, and beyond. Speaking of the Yellow Collective, we do have a winner of a collective noun number 392, and it's Spain. Spain.Noggles got collective noun number 392 for 0.019, and collective noun number 393 is going to be a Yo Clapper. Oh my god, this is so good.
Yeah, it's nice.
We've got a movie clapper with a yellow accessory and a yellow background with those classic yellow noggles and a gray shirt. It is gorgeous. If you want to pick up collective noun number 393, you can do so for just 0.00. Or actually, it's on auction for the next 24 hours. My brain broke. Yellowcollective.xyz is the place to bid on that for, like I said, the next 23 hours and 58 minutes. And it's fantastic. All right. Well, we've only
That's what the
been
director yells inside a cut. He's like, "Yo!"
we played shenanigans for 24 minutes, and we do have quite a bit that we still have yet to go through. So let's do that, shall we? First of all, do you know what this thing Ben posted is? The Head and Tyrolia film? There's apparently
Yes.
noggles in it.
So it must have been a month ago, maybe close to 2 months ago. One of us shared, I think it was Symbio. He found it on Instagram. There was a video of like people skiing and sledding down a mountain, and they were wearing noggles. and they were wearing like the big like big shot Clem Noggles, and that
Oh,
was
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
the trailer for this video, and this is like the full film that came out finally, and it was
Oh, sick.
partially sponsored from their Japan proposal.
I skipped ahead a couple minutes and I think I found
I wonder
some
if
of the noggles. There they are. Very brief frame, 829 if you want to see
he did
the I
put it
think the
on.
first instance of it.
He put it on here, so I just shared it up to the space. The link to the YouTube video.
Oh, sweet. Okay. So yeah, any of the links that we talk about,
That was
assuming
prop
they're on Twitter,
218. And we're at 6.
690 right
Yeah,
now with a musical proposal. God damn. It has been a time. And we're on day 883, so we actually started this well before Prop 218. Oh my god, I feel old. Can you believe we've been doing that? In less than a week, we will have done 888 live shows. What? Bonkers.
that's a lot.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, this seems like a really sick movie. I can't wait to see it. Here's the description. For every head athlete, the concept of beyond holds a unique significance. In our first head team film, we were unified. Now in 2024, we aim to look to the future and redefine beyond in this action-packed free skiing film. Whether it's experience, companionship, exploration, or progression, these are just a few of the ways we seek to push our limits. Each moment of going beyond is an opportunity to surpass personal boundaries and discover new heights of achievement and camaraderie. So yeah, that is linked in the Twitter space as well as just on Ben Body's Warpcast if you want to go check it out. There. And there's nouns in it. Anyway, this is such a cool tool. The on-chain checker.
Yes. I don't know if I can.
You might
I
have
don't
to
know if I
like
can share it on here. Oh, is this the same person? It is the same person. And it's now pinned up to the space. Oh, they came out with
found
this
it.
a long time ago.
And it literally just builds a report on whether or not the art is on chain.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Yep.
sick.
If it's fully on chain, I saw it. Like there was a bunch of people that were like recasting it and liking it this morning, and I was like, oh, what is this? But yeah, according to their Twitter, it came out in May.
Huh. TIL.
But yeah, I just thought it was a cool little tool to check
Yeah, I like
to
that a
use,
lot.
see if if the art is really on chain.
Yeah, because a lot of people do say on-chain art, and not all of them mean it. Um, or they think they mean it, and they just don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, the art is on-chain, so it's in the contract. No, but you can like see it on OpenSea, man.
Yeah, it can't be hosted on IPFS.
Yeah. So that is really cool. NARS were at DevCon, and apparently there's a little highlight video that is up on Zora, which is fun. Those are so sick.
It's here. It is here too.
We
Yeah,
have all of these
this
links
was fun.
on Warpcast, but we host these shows on Twitter because we have to. Because Tavern is down at the moment, and we don't really have another solution that publicly people will be able to come up on stage. So we're doing this on Twitter Spaces, and as a result, Brett is having to find these links on Twitter after finding them on Discord hours ago. So shout out Brett for putting in the work. Goddamn.
Yeah, do it live. as
I-
the sound says.
Yeah.
We'll do it live!
Anyway. Awesome.
But yeah, I just pinned up. It's the second little clip that they put out. Uh, Vlad and a bunch of the skate team. Willie's out there too, and I know Gami is there doing stuff with NARS and with IMF.
Oh, I've seen this part of the video before. The guy falling off his board.
Yeah,
Fatty But Happy posted that.
That's Vlad.
That's
He gets
Vlad.
smacked off the skateboard. Yeah, that's Vlad.
Yeah, Fatty But Happy posted that and was like about the prop. Was like prop 688 and how it ended. Which, yeah, not wrong. uh, that's a fun video. So you can check that out either once again pinned to the space or on on Skateboard's Warpcast channel at Skateboard, literally on Warpcast. Fantastic. Blue Toshi posted an informational video for nouns specifically so that we can understand what the hell was going on with the Nouns Curling Club.
Yeah, I haven't watched this yet, but I'm just scrolling through it quickly, and it's like a whole animated explainer of
I
what curling is.
for anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, because I feel like there's probably people who are listening in on this who don't necessarily follow follow nouns proposals if you follow nouns, because you don't necessarily have to do both. Prop 615, I'm showing it up on the stream right now, was the Nouns Chicago Curling Club sponsorship. We gave them 2.9 ETH to sponsor a curling event, basically. And the bulk of the prop, basically they were just asking, hey, can you sponsor this? And the bulk of the prop was just explaining the history of curling. And now, and by the way, it passed unanimously 143 to zilch. Which is the only prop in a while with a unanimous pass. And now they've made this 10-minute long fully animated curling video with Blue Toshi doing like a talking head deal. I am cackling. I'm obsessed. I haven't watched it yet either, but this is inherently hysterical.
Where are
So,
you guys watching this? I'm so confused.
well, the link is posted above on the Twitter, but I am also streaming video. Also, hi Humpty.
Hi, yes, I've been at DevCon, so I've been a bit disconnected. I've come back and Tavern doesn't exist anymore, and so I'm glad to have found your show again. But
Yeah.
now so confused of like where everything is being shared.
So context, we are streaming on Twitter and YouTube live. So they can see a live stream of anything that I have up on my screen. As well as here on this Twitter Spaces where we're interacting with people. Tavern is not gone completely, but the domain expired while Brennan was in brain surgery. And he's still recovering. So we don't know how long that's going to take and when he's going to be able to get the domain back up and running. But that's basically the situation, is whenever he's feeling up to it is when Tavern is coming back.
Okay, yeah, I figured because I heard someone else tell me something about Brendan going in and coming out of surgery and recovering. But I didn't know what else was going on, so I appreciate the context. Also, I clicked on the space link, the spaces link, and not the video link. I know sometimes you can do video. So I do see your video now, and I do see you streaming. So thanks for that too.
Yeah, we've been doing both for a little while now. Even when we were on Tavern, actually, especially when we were on Tavern, we would be streaming to Twitter and YouTube. Um, and then now we're just doing the same thing, just also being on Twitter Spaces. I'm not a fan of Spaces. I have never been a fan of Spaces. Since we've been hosting this show for 883 days, and for about 860 of those, I have been annoyed with this platform. But you know, needs
Yeah,
must when
it's
the devil
fine.
drives. It sufficient unto the day is the bullshit. You know, like but yeah, it's not perfect, but it works. So that's what matters until we have
Yeah, we
another.
have a place to commune while Tavern is down.
Yeah. I can't wait for Tavern to come back, though. It's so much
Same.
nicer.
I know. I honestly, there's a lot of things that I was doing outside of X while Tavern was up, and of course on Warpcast. Um, but yeah, no, we're here, and sorry to have interrupted.
No, all
But
good.
I also feel like I missed what happened with this curling thing, so I was like enjoying your roast, should I say, of whatever this was.
Yeah. Yeah, the TLDR Nouns paid a little under 3 ETH to fund a turling tournament.
No, I remember. I might have been one of those unanimous votes.
Yeah. And the Bluetoshi posted on the Decentralens YouTube channel this curling 101, which is I think going over somebody else's video while also giving his own context for Nouns people specifically, with the little talking head in the corner. Yeah.
So if I remember correctly, the proposal, and I think I agree with you, and you might have mentioned this already, but the proposal was to sponsor an activation, in some sort of like curling event, which,
Chicago Curling Club. Yeah.
yeah. So kind of, I thought like, well, okay, well, at Nounstown, we just talked about subcultures, and this is not my vibe, but it is a subculture, if you will. So I was like, yeah, why not? But is that not what happened?
No, they
There's no
did.
curling club. Oh,
They
okay,
did. No, yeah, that happened.
okay, okay.
It-
So this is in addition to.
This is in addition to. Yeah.
Oh, okay, dope, nice. Well,
There's
great to hear.
already been a lot of media that they've been posting about, like all of the Nouns banners and everything. And even people who are not like, Web3 native have been showing up and being like, "Oh my god, thanks so much for sponsoring this event."
We feel seen by people other than curlers.
Yeah, by people other than in this very, very niche sport.
In the people outside this room. Thank you.
Yeah.
Huh.
So yeah, I mean it happened. This is just an explainer for what happened. Actually, I think it might still be happening. As far as I'm aware, this is Nouns is a platinum a a platinum sponsor of the Chicago Curling Club for the 24-25 curling season.
Wait, are we the only ones that are platinum or any rare metal?
No, there's other sponsors for sure, but we're the platinum sponsor. And there's
Yeah,
signage everywhere.
I just put up another video from a couple weeks ago. It's like the nouns that are like in the ice, like I don't know if it's called a target or whatever that you're throwing towards, but it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 nouns in it, I think. The Nouns Intergalactic Curling Federation.
Oh my god.
I mean, you gotta give it up to
With the moon
these
in the
guys.
middle.
Yeah, like it's very creative. Like, I mean, okay, I know nothing about curling. It looks incredibly boring, but the fact that
Yeah,
they
agreed.
tell all these fascinating stories, and I mean, yeah, produce all this media from literally a very heavy rock floating across a very dirty floor, I think is commendable.
Astonished.
It's not a dirty floor. It is ice, to be fair.
Oh, it's ice? Wait, I
Yeah.
thought they just like waxed it.
No, it's
No,
ice.
you're thinking of shuffleboard. This curling is ice.
Oh, jeez. Okay. See, that goes to. I mean, maybe I do need to watch this 101 video.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it is.
The video was produced for me.
It is ice that they are. It was. I mean, and you can check in the what's it called in the proposal. It started in just on frozen lakes in the lowlands of Scotland, which
This feels very Scottish.
all the great sports really.
Yeah. Oh my god, the little broom.
Uh-huh.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Guys, really?
All of so many great sports are Scottish, and leave it to Scotland to go. I got an idea for a fucking sport. We'll knock a ball into a gopher hole. Okay, so it's like croquet. Fuck croquet. You don't do it with
Oh
a
my God.
straight stick. You do it with a little fucked up stick.
I just realized there's also like a line that they can't cross. Like I'm enjoying this video more than I realized.
Yeah.
It's like bowling, like you can't
It
cross
is.
the line.
It is.
It's like,
It's ice bowling. Essentially, it is a competitive ice bowling where the pins are other
With
people's
with
balls.
teams.
I could have phrased that one better, but I'm not going to.
No, that you meant to. Come on. That was all.
I realized it
intentional.
after it came out of my mouth, but I'm standing by
Oh,
it.
hey, you keep going. RFG, you're on fire today.
That's listen. It is midnight and 30 seconds. It's
Oh my
Noun O'Clock live after dark.
I can't feel terrible for you. It's 15 hours later for me right now. It's my
Christ.
first day back, so it's technically 12 p.m. tomorrow
Oh,
in
fun.
my head. Yeah. I've
I
seen
mean,
the future.
I understand how you feel because my circadian rhythm follows Noun O'Clock.
Oh gosh, don't say that. That
it-
sounds horrible.
Yeah.
No. Well, here's the thing. The only reason it sounds horrible is because it is, and I am in pain every day. But no, it's.
So does the Noun Square really just get funding to pay for your therapy? Is what I'm wondering.
I don't get paid enough for therapy.
We are each other's therapists here.
This is my therapy. I get to vent my frustrations
get
to the
1 hour of
world
therapy.
on 1 hour a day.
With weird, strange people from around the world.
And
when everybody else
57
is asleep.
people, for some reason, are here listening to it.
I know. I do love that about X, that it gives you like this count but without context, and you're like, okay, I hope you're enjoying it.
Listen, we are. Here's the thing. The Noun O'Clock Live is a show that is designed to give people news about the Nouniverse, which is, it is pretty much entirely an on-chain ecosystem. So I think there is something deeply relatable to pretty much everybody who listens to any sort of, on-chain native show of hearing somebody talk about their, severe mental illness. There's it's common ground. Sane people don't show up here. Need not apply.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I think, yeah, I fall into one of those buckets. I think you mentioned like 3 and they were all great.
Yeah. And here, like, to be clear, I do mean this in like a positive as I can. Like you don't.
You don't need to qualify this. It's okay.
No, I'm not qualifying it. But it is worth talking about. And I've talked about this before, but there's this great interview where Seth Green was talking about how he found the voice for Chris on Family Guy, and how Chris was originally written as like a surfer bro, and he went in there and his sort of whole idea behind auditioning is like, well, yeah, I can do the same thing everybody else is doing and hope that I just do that the best, or I can do my own thing and see if they like that more. Which is why Chris to this day is just a pitch shifted Ted Bundy impression. So, everybody else is like, "Oh yeah, dude, hey Stewie," and then Seth Green walks in there and he's just like, it puts the lotion in the basket. Like it's and
Yeah,
and
Chris was always one of my favorites for
yeah,
sure.
and so like his whole thing was like, yeah, you can either play it safe or you can do something weird. And if you play it safe, you know that you're doing what people are hoping for, but you also know that you're doing something that people have already heard. If you do something weird, you don't know if it's going to work, but you know for sure that or at least the chances are much higher that you're doing something nobody has done before. And that's much more compelling a lot of the time. And when it works very, very, very well. So it's a sort of high risk, high reward mentality of just being weird for the sake of being weird and seeing what happens, which is very nounish. So when I
Well,
say that all people in nouns are fucking nuts, that's what I mean.
for a long time, correct me if I'm wrong, but for the longest time, I remember that being like the banner that brought people together.
Keep nouns
Was
weird.
like, yeah.
Yeah. Still is.
So, yeah, okay. I mean, I don't see it as prevalently displayed, but
Right.
for me, that was kind of like, oh yeah, you know, I'm like these weirdos. Like, I'd love to be part of the weirdo club. So yeah, 100%.
Yeah, there's been so it with the fork and then with the Duna and everything, there are people who are like, yeah, okay, keep nouns weird, but also, make sure it lives longer and stuff like that. And then there are people who are like, fuck it, send it. and so that's sort of where like why you haven't necessarily seen as much of it is because there is that sort of dichotomy. But I would say that it is still a very prevalent mindset, just not as much as it once was. But even now, it's not nearly as rare as it was like during the months leading up to the fork, where it was like, oh god. It was so. There's been, I think, season 4 of Nouns, which is what we're on now. We're gonna see a lot more of that, sort of coming to the fore. At least I hope so. Than we
Yeah,
have
it's
been
funny.
seeing.
It's like different shades of weird, and each gets progressively more,
Yeah.
yeah, less weird, I
Well,
suppose. I don't know.
speaking of season 4 of Nouns, teed myself up for a segue there. Nounsdow, the official Nounsdow Twitter account, which I forgot we had, is transitioning to a Wyoming Duna, and they have officially launched that the audit of the new minority protection design. The minority protection streams that the audit through Sherlock is launching next week. So the 25th of November to the 30th, with total rewards of 30K USDC on Sherlock.xyz. So we've got that pinned above to the space if you want to check that out more. But yeah, that was announced just a few hours ago, really. About 8 hours ago today. So Nounsdow officially, it passed a little while ago, but honestly, it felt like nothing was really happening, and now it feels very real. So I'm excited about this. I'm excited to see how this goes.
It's like we have to mind our P's and Q's because the adults are coming in the room, kind of thing.
I've never been great at minding any of my letters, really.
Yeah, no, I know. You've told us countless stories that are fascinating. And
Yeah, our
have been,
feel it's all the letters in.
yeah.
Listen. It's no secret that I am a proud card-carrying member of the Alphabet Mafia. But, even though at the end of every June, every company on the planet is going, pack it up, Skittle Squad. Anyway, there's yes, we've got the minority protection mechanism is being audited next week, so looking forward to see how that goes. And finally, Nouns Fest has posted one of my favorite videos from the entire event, the Noundemic, which is one of the weirdest animations that we saw, but it is absolutely fantastic. Again, immediately piss on screen. I don't instantaneously. But yes, this was one of the animations from Nouns Fest, where basically it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a pandemic that's turning people into nouns. And it's a lot of fun.
I think it won the most Nounish award.
I can see why. I never noticed that the guy's
Oh, yeah, it
tears
says
are
it
noggles.
in the thing.
Yeah, it looks
Was
fantastic.
this shown at Nounstown? Is this one of the shorts
Yes.
from Nounstown? Okay, cool. Right. I missed that whole day, unfortunately, but it looks great.
We also showed it here.
Was I at DEF CON?
No. We showed it. We had a live stream a couple weeks ago where we showed all of the Nouns Fest animations, or at least the vast majority of them, in a live stream on YouTube and Twitter. Not on
Yeah.
our YouTube. It was on the Nouns Fest YouTube. We did take down the VOD immediately, so it was only if you were there live, and then they're being sort of released incrementally since on the Nouns Fest Warpcast. And on Twitter,
There's
it's
been
one of them.
27 they've put out so far on their YouTube, so over half.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, I was in Vietnam before I went to Thailand, so I might have still missed
Okay, so you might have missed it.
Yeah, I missed a lot. This is oh my god, this is like weird and
It's
It
fun,
is.
right?
in such a but in such a cool way. Like it's just like, why am I watching this? But at the same time, it's like I can't help but watch it. Like there's a lot of weird, silly things happening. This is cool.
I do recommend watching. I've been streaming it with the music very low. I do recommend watching it, with full at full strength, so to speak, for the full experience. It is very, very, very worth it. There was also the Guillermo's Not Dead that they posted up on their YouTube. I think they have quite a bit of them on the Nouns Fest YouTube. Yep.
Yeah, they're all up on the YouTube. Yeah, all 27, and then last year's are up there too,
Sweet. This one is my favorite. Ode to the 9 to
along
5.
with the wizard hat short.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
It's the
So
if
it
you go to their
is.
videos, that's the first thing that they posted.
The trailer.
Which
yeah.
I love that one. That's one of my favorite.
Oh, and then there was one day that then got followed up by the new one. Oh, this makes me happy. I totally forgot that these were all there. Yeah, Nouns Fest. Just at Nouns Fest on YouTube if you want to see any of these. They're fantastic. The only thing that we have yet to talk about today, and with 7 minutes left on the clock before we hit the hour, obviously we don't have to keep it to an hour, but 7 minutes left, it is the perfect amount of time. The only proposal that we have up right now, it's still editable for another 18 hours or so. Isabel, a Nouns musical. I have some feedback on this that I am going to send in, but most of it is proofreading and nitpicky, and I'm not going to bore you. But this went up yesterday, and I am so ridiculously excited for this. There's
I have questions.
I might have answers.
Yeah, finish your thing, but I do have questions because this is not my thing. But I know you're very excited, and for something to excite you this much, I think is sufficiently, I guess, a signal for me because I know.
I do. So my thing with this is, so it's asking for 120k USDC. This is for the first 6 months. It's basically to write the script and 4 of the songs, and then they have plans to submit additional props for, in both times for an additional 120k USDC. to do the back half of the script and the songs after another 6 months, and then to actually put on the show with all of the staging and everything like that. Um, which is that's 18 months in total, and 3,600 or 360K USDC, which is not a lot to put on a musical. So they are keeping it pretty low, all things considered, and at a ridiculously short time frame. For context, most musicals, that like new musicals, like off Broadway type things, I would say go through a process of 5 to 6 years. If they're really quick, I've seen them do it in 3. Then this is doing it in a year and a half, which they can only do because they've already put a lot of work into this, and they show it. There's already a bit of a script, and there's a video with lyrics of like the first song that they've written for the musical. And these are from some folks, Max and Jeff, that have put in a lot of uh, a lot of work in the musical industry, and I'm very excited to see where this goes. Also, because the way that they described it was essentially Avenue Q 2, which you know puppets and irreverent humor, and the storyline is twee, but also in a fun way. It has time travel and redemption and everything that you need for an absolutely bonkers experience. And they're going to be able to fit, just based on the synopsis that they've shown us so far. Um, they're going to be able to fit a lot of interesting things in here, and put nouns in some very interesting contexts, because again there is like that time travel element where they start in sort of a modern age and then go back to a sort of feudal era. um and I that's going to be, let them fit in a whole lot of interesting things. So I don't know, I'm very excited about how this can evolve. And also Max has worked with is actually currently working with the guy who wrote Les Mis, which means that he is able to work in uh different eras of music, which I'm very excited about as well. Avenue Q has a very modern tone to it, but given the time travel element, and given what I know of Max's work, I'm expecting that to sort of shift to a more, traditional style, and then maybe go back and forth depending on the characters. There's a lot to play with here, is what I'm saying. And the people on the team behind it are people that I trust to take advantage of that room. I do think the prop needs some more detail to it, but I'm already going to be giving that feedback to them. Actually, I already have. I'm going to be giving more detailed feedback after the show. But yeah, I'm very excited for the concept. Even if the proposal as written is not quite where I think it needs to be, I it is at a point where, because of my experience, I can see where it should. I can see that it's a communication issue rather than a concept issue, if that makes sense. Um. Anyway, that was my spiel. But what were you gonna ask, MT?
So, I mean, to be fair, I think this is probably one of the few proposals in a while that has come through that not only is it comprehensive, but it's very easy to read. So, like, congrats to the people that put this together. Um, you could tell that there was a lot of thought that went into it. So that in itself is already like a high signal for me. I've mentioned it before. If I can't understand what it is that you're trying to ask for or going to do, it's probably going to be a no from me. Like, I mean, it's like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
anybody
you
should
need
you
to
should
do
be
that.
able to explain what you're going to do to people who don't
Yeah,
necessarily have the knowledge to understand the details.
yeah, yeah. So to me, that was great. And again, I'm also looking at this from the lens of some of the at least with the perspective of some of the conversations that we've had or you've had with them on the show. When I think they were either looking for comment or maybe there was a previous proposal up. I don't remember
No,
what
they
what
they
stage
they
it
were
was.
just sort of planning it out, planning to
Yeah.
go up with a proposal soon. But
Okay, cool. Yeah, they come through, and I love that whole proactive, nature and the whole connection to the community. I thought so many green flags, right? My the only concerns for me were with the ask, and not even like the amount asked. It was the fact that it was like staged or phased, um, because not because I don't think that they're capable of doing the work, but I'm actually more concerned about nouns. Uh, Basically saying yes to one and then no to another,
Hmm.
and then they've kind of already paid to get something done, and suddenly they're just stuck, and like, where did that money go? Like, it didn't really finish. We didn't get a finished product. um so I don't know, like, this is probably one of the few projects that I would say I'd prefer if you ask for the whole amount and then requested that it be dispersed in milestones, so that the commitment is basically there from the community saying, yeah, this is great. It's going to be, I don't know, I'm doing terrible math here, 360K for the whole thing. Um, and we're going to come and give you a deliverable. There's 3 deliverables. And, to get started, obviously you need to release the first amount, and then to do the second part, the second amount, to finish the third part, the third amount, and that's it. Like, I don't know. Like, it again, this has nothing to do with the proposal. This has nothing to do with the people putting it together. This is more to do with what I've seen happen at Nouns,
Yeah.
where proposals get stuck and they can't really finish. Like, a good example would be um, oh, what is it called? I'm blanking here. The movies, right?
The Nouns movie?
Where, yeah, is it the Nouns movie? The one where they came back and said this is the 4th and final one. Recently was up, and I don't believe it passed.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, it did. Okay, good. Yeah, but I mean, I remember there was like
It
a lot of.
passed by a huge margin, 139 to 41.
Okay, okay.
Well,
But
it
anyways,
was like 4156 came out to vote for it, and
okay.
Yeah.
yeah, there was.
So I mean, but we shouldn't depend on 4156 to come out to bat for every single one when things aren't, performing. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, what do you think about that? Like, is
I
that
agree with you, but I do not think that this is something um that we should put on the proposers, and I can explain why. Um I agree that that is a problem, but like you said, it is a problem with nouns, and I think that it is a cultural issue that we have with nouns that I do not think we can solve in by the time that this proposal comes up. I think that if they asked for a 360K, budget up front, and then they say, we're going to release it in milestones, and if it doesn't work out, then we'll return it to the DAO, I think that would have a lower chance of passing than doing this while being functionally the same, since the milestones would be, reliant on delivering, right? Um, I, I do not think that the DAO would pass it. I agree with you that that would be cleaner and that it would be, much easier managerial wise and everything like that. Um, but I think that the problem that lies there is that people would, if they saw that, because we've seen this happen before, voters would say, I would be a for for this if you could make the prop smaller, and then we could see where it goes from here. Like, they would ask for it to be laid out the way it is now. In that case, I think that that is a problem that we need to solve, but it is a nouns cultural problem, not one that can be fixed with like one proposal.
agreed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, like, I 100% agree with you. I would prefer for that to be the way to go, and I would vote yes on that for sure. But you know, I come from a musical background, and pay attention. A lot of people are gonna look at that, and they're not gonna quite get it. They're gonna prioritize protecting the DAO treasury over you know necessarily getting a finished product. And you know faced with the same argument that you and I would be making, which is, just do the whole thing in one lump sum, and then if it doesn't work out, if the milestones are not reached, then return it to the DAO. They would say, yeah, well, if you're going to return it to the DAO if it doesn't work anyway, why not just go up for funding every time? And there are answers to that, but at that point it becomes at that point you're not arguing over practical differences. At that point you are arguing a difference in opinion and a difference in perspective of what is more important, treasury or um, fully funding proposals to completion. And I think at that point it's difficult to argue because you're not arguing statistics or facts or anything like that. You're arguing what is more important to me, and that's always going to be a difficult debate.
Yeah, no, that's fair. So yeah, I guess let it run its course and see what happens. But I'd hate to see this project just kind of get stuck in limbo because it sounds like fun and it's very nounish for sure.
I will say that given the way that they've written the synopsis of this musical, um, I am less concerned with it being stuck in limbo than I would be otherwise for one significant reason, which is, let's say that we get the first two proposals of this. The musical is done, they don't have the funding to put it on. If Nouns does not fund it, they could still go to other producers. And assuming the musical is of sufficient quality, they could still get it put on through external funding. It would still be possible. It wouldn't be clean. They might have to make some changes. It wouldn't be exactly the vision that they had in mind, but it would still be feasible. And because I've seen this happen before. A piece of work gets funded through development and then it just dies before production. And then years later, it gets picked up for production because somebody found it. Like it does happen across any entertainment industry. It happens in theater. It happens in music. It happens in animation, presumably. Um, so, I'm not worried that this will go nowhere. I think I would be if I hadn't talked to Lone and Max, but it's clear from the way that they are approaching this and from the experiences that they've had that they want this to succeed. I think that if it does not get funded in the time frame that they are putting for this, that just means that we're not going to see it for another several years, more likely than not. Basically, that would just mean that they would have to go find funding elsewhere, which would be a difficult process, and they'd have to do other things in the meantime to support themselves, which would suck. But it would not be an entirely sunk cost. So, small comfort there. And also, at the end of the day, even if we don't get an absolutely finished product out of this, you are still supporting, playwrights and musicians and etc. To make this
Yeah.
a thing. And the impact that has on the industry as a whole should not be understated. We would be able, as Nouns, we would be able to say, yeah, we have supported, live theater in this way. And it's like, well, it didn't go all the way. Yeah, it didn't. But, shit happens. It would not, like, it's not the best end to the story, but it could be a hell of a lot worse. So yeah, that's sort of where I'm coming from on this. But yeah, that's the Nouns movie. It starts in 30 hours. If you have any feedback for this proposal, and I'm about to text wall them, but if you have any other feedback, then please leave it either on chain or you can contact Max and Lone Architect on Warpcast and or Twitter. So yeah, that's the only proposal we have up right now. We did extend the base builds, the 2 million base round on rounds for yellow by 72 hours. So if you have any nominations for that, I would definitely get them in soon. Otherwise, we've got a Based in Yellow edition up from Yu Kuna Films. the stop motion. That's the word I was looking for. Animation of the toucan that we posted up yesterday. Or not yesterday, that we talked about yesterday and the day before and a whole bunch of other days. That is up until the end of the month. You can check it out on Coinbase Wallet. You can find that linked in the yellow channel on Warpcast. Otherwise, I think that's just about everything. Am I wrong?
You are not wrong.
Fantastic. And we have only been here for an hour and 10 minutes. Actually, slightly longer than that because our first attempt at a space rugged us. But anyway. Yeah, let's play out with this.
At least you didn't get rugged by McDonald's.
Should I even ask?
The Doodles McCafe Cup. I went to 3 McDonald's, even one at 5:30 in the morning, and couldn't get one. So, they charged me and give me what I wanted.
I downloaded the app this morning and I was about to order. I was like, I'll wait a couple days.
Yeah.
And then I saw somebody with like a Doodle PFP this morning post a picture of just like a normal McDonald's coffee cup in their hand.
I know. I walked out with like 2 large coffees, and I was like, what am I going to do with this coffee?
I have so many questions.
Oh, RFG is out of the loop. Hold on, I'll post.
I'm so far out of the loop. I only follow nouns. I don't.
So I'm gonna put up a post from McDonald's.
Oh yeah, that's probably better. I just pinned my own tweet that I shared with my learnings from my adventure today. Also linking their head of marketing or their marketing person there, and like their thoughts on it. But long story short, logistics are logistics. McDonald's is not. They're still going to be affected like everything else from things not being there on time. So sometimes it'll take 2 to 3 days for the cups to arrive to the store. So, yeah, they might.
What the fuck am I looking at?
18th, but it was apparently it's going to be happening throughout the week at different stores. But hey, at least I got my digital pack because I did buy it on the mobile app. So even though I didn't score the cup, I got the email with the special collectible.
How long is the promotion running for? What is it?
So it's supposed to be. It only says the 18th. It doesn't say how long it runs. It's supposed to, I thought like a 1-day thing because it's limited cups, right?
I see right here, fine print, November 18th through the December 31st while supplies last.
Well, there's other stuff dropping too. So there's like pins and there are like clothing items. So it is a very long campaign throughout the holiday season.
I am so confused.
Yeah, the Doodles got a collab with McDonald's.
Clearly, I haven't thought about this about McDonald's at like marketing at all since I worked at WKNY. Like I literally that was the last time anything like this crossed my path. And so this is just so bonkers to me. Oh. That was like 5 years ago now. All right. Well, apparently
I really love what the Doodles have been doing, all the animation stuff, and this is fun too, and yeah, I love them.
It is fun.
By the way, I like how Nounish Professor is in the comments of that post that you shared from McDonald's. Is like, where can I get my cup?
She is a Doodle.
Oh, I didn't know that. Rad.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's a thing. I don't know where to go from here. I'm so lost. This is so far out of my everything. You know what? Screw it.
Yeah, just kick us out. We're good.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So, uh, there we go. All right. Thanks everybody for coming to Noun O'Clock live at the Noun Square. I've been Robot Fishco. We are going to be back here once again tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel, around 11:30 p.m. EST. So, see who picks up this suited flower. If you want to pick up the Nobo Noun number 1321 in the meantime, this Robo coin, you can do so for just 0.00069 ETH. That is 216 USD. 100% of the proceeds go to the Yellow Collective Treasury, which goes to funding artists on chain, the Nouniverse, and beyond. Speaking of the Yellow Collective, yellowcollective.xyz, Collective Nouner 393 is on auction for the next 23 hours and 6 minutes. So, if you want to get in on that, yellowcollective.xyz is the place to be. Otherwise, thank you everybody for coming. All of the links that we talked about today are pinned to the Twitter space, so you can check out the recording there for all of those. Otherwise, we will see you on Warpcast, we'll see you on Twitter, we'll see you on YouTube. There's a new ZeroPod episode that launched recently. And we'll see you tomorrow. I think that's just about everything. Don't forget to leave feedback on the proposals and go check out the candidate props as well. We didn't get a chance to talk about those today, but there are a few up that you should check out. Otherwise, thanks for coming.